Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about guitar selection. There is no secret, there is no method, there's no science, there's no mathematical equation that will help you decide what guitar you should use for worship. This has been an age-old question from the very beginning of church and worship music and all that kind of stuff. If you are a musician who's just starting out, this video might help you. It might give you a little bit of a perspective in terms of the end result, and if you're deciding whether you want to go a custom guitar or buy something from your local music shop or online. More importantly, the big question I want to ask is what suits you? What are your preferences when choosing a guitar? Now, as you can see behind me, I have a variety of different guitars. It varies from a Telemaster to a Strat. I also have a Tele, but all these things don't really matter if it doesn't suit what I'm playing. Having a boatload of guitars, again, is really cool. And there's a ton of guitars that I would love to purchase. Not only can I not do that right now, but it wouldn't make sense for me because I wouldn't get to play them as much as I want to or as much as they deserve to. When it comes to worship music, it's all about what your preference is. I know guys that use a Les Paul style guitar with two humbuckers, that are just loving the setup and they love the tone and it works really well for their rig. I also know guys that have Jazzmasters and Jaguars, Mustang, Tele, Strat, Offset. There are so many different guitars that you can choose to play when it comes to, worship music. The big question is, what do you like? What do you want to hear from a guitar? What do you need it to do for you? Do you need your guitar to be able to have really warm swell sounds and a really warm, pickup response? If your answer is yes to that question, you might look at something a little bit more of a semi-hollow body, because the semi-hollow body guitars are really warm. It's inviting. It does bite a little bit, but not as much as some of the other guitars. Now, obviously, there's a stereotype when it comes to worship music that you should either play a Strat or a Tele. There's something about the setup, there's something about the pickups, there's something about the wood that's used that just makes it sound so sweet, which is why, as you can see behind me, I have a Strat and an Offset style guitar, but it has Telecaster pickups. Now, to dive in just a little bit deeper, I took my Telemaster off my shelf. Now, as you can see, there's nothing fancy to it. It has a Telecaster neck and a Telecaster bridge pickup. The reason that I really enjoy playing this guitar is because of the fact that it allows me to have that bite that I need when I need it, but it also warms up when it's in the neck. And part of that is the wood that's being used. Now, despite what you might think, alder, mahogany, swamp ash, these types of woods are really warm, but this particular Telemaster is actually made from pine. Now, pine is a really resonant type of wood. I've had mahogany bodies, alder, ash, swamp ash. They do have really nice warm tones. Some are heavier than others, but the thing that I like about pine is that it resonates really nicely. And as you saw before, this guitar doesn't have a crazy setup. It has a Telecaster pickup in the neck and a Telecaster pickup in the bridge. For me personally, this is my workhorse. This is what I use when I'm tracking guitars, when I'm composing, when I'm playing on Sundays, and it just sounds so great. And any lead lines that I'm playing, any swells that I'm doing, pine resonates. Pine does the job that I need it to. Now, if we switch gears, I'm going to grab my Strat. So here's the Strat that I was referencing earlier. In the neck and the middle, I have traditional Strat style pickups, but in the bridge, I opted and got a humbucker. Now, the reason that I chose a humbucker in the bridge is because when I am playing a full bridge or a lead line or an intro line or something like that, when I'm in my bridge position, that humbucker pickup bites a little bit more aggressive and it cuts through just a little bit more than a single. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with having 3 single coil pickups. It all depends on what you're doing with it. And because I do composing and because I play on a weekly basis, for me, what I found, what suited me, was having that little bit of extra bite. Now, this particular guitar does does have a alder body, so it is a little bit heavier, but it still gives me that resonance that I need. It still gives me that warmth that I need when I'm in that neck pickup. So again, it's extremely versatile, which is one of the reasons why I don't think I will ever get rid of it. But again, everyone is different. Everyone's preference is different. Everyone has different desires, different needs, and everyone's chasing that perfect tone that we talked about in a couple vlogs back. No matter what your budget might be, there are thousands of videos showing you and allowing you to hear what a Strat will sound like through a Stomp, or what a Strat will sound like through a Helix, or a Kemper, for example. And there are so many resources out there that allow you to hear that before making your purchase. If we switch gears and go to a semi-hollow style guitar for a quick second, you'll be able to go online, search semi-hollow guitar for worship. There are dozens of videos out there, and you'll be able to see, oh, I use that pedal, I use that rig, that's the setup that I had, that's the setup that I was thinking of getting. It'll give you a good idea as to what you can hear if you were to get that particular semi-hollow guitar. Same principle applies for a Telecaster or a Les Paul or a Mustang. Before purchasing a guitar, I'm highly recommending and suggesting and urging you as a friend to do your research before you make a purchase. Yes, it is amazing to have a brand name label on that headstock, but if it doesn't suit you, it's kind of like you're wasting your money because it's not doing what you need it to do. I want to encourage you guys not to be afraid of your instrument. Don't be afraid of opening up the pickguard, opening up the inside and seeing what it looks like, seeing how the wires are, and maybe swapping out the pickups yourself. Save yourself the money and try to do it yourself. There's only going to be a few things that you might mess up, but again, there are thousands of videos online that will help you correct a mistake if one is made as you're messing around with your current guitar. That about does it for me. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for new stuff. We'll see you guys next time.